cruising on a boat there right now. I mean, it's just a freaking paradise there. Now, after Sardinia, we're gonna head back to the mainland to visit Italy's capital of Rome. Now, Rome may be one of the most famous and iconic capitals in the world. Its history spans over 28 centuries, with its founding taking place in 753 BC. Ancient Rome's architecture stands today and
Olá pessoal, bem-vindos a mais um vídeo nesse canal. Somos cidadãos do terceiro mundo e nesse canal a gente faz reações sobre o primeiro mundo. E nesse vídeo a gente vai reagir a 10 lugares para se visitar na Itália.
Então pedimos que, por favor, você considere se inscrever, ativar as notificações e faça mais sugestões aqui embaixo nos comentários. E agora vamos para a reação.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan, and I spent the last few summers exploring the wonderful country of Italy, and I want to show you my favorite places. So here's my Italy top 10.
Wow!
Italy has to be one of my all-time favorite countries. It's home to some of the world's most fascinating history, stunning towns, and pure Mediterranean vibes. From the jagged peaks of the Dolomites to the jaw-dropping coast of Sardinia, Italy has it all. Let's start this video off at the incredible Amalfi coast. I have to say this is one of the most beautiful places, not just in Italy, but all of Europe. The Amalfi coast is located in southern Italy, about a 3-hour drive from Rome. It's just hard to believe this place exists. Now, one of the most well-known towns on the Amalfi coast is Positano. I mean, when you see this place in real life, you won't believe it. It's hard to beat the backdrop of the mountains filled with colorful villas against the Mediterranean Sea filled with boats and yachts. If you can handle the skinny roads, I definitely recommend just driving along the whole entire coastline and seeing all the beautiful towns. One notable place on the coast is the city of Trani. It's one of the best preserved medieval towns on the Amalfi coast.
Nossa,
if you want a more adventurous activity, you
maravilhosos.
can take a hike on the Path of the Gods. Special thanks to my friend Logan Armstrong for helping me out with footage. He has an awesome vlog of the Amalfi coast that I'll link in the description below. Anyways, the Path of the Gods is a 6-kilometer trail that takes you above the cliffs of the coast. You'll be able to get some of the most jaw-dropping views. I mean, just unreal. Now, the best time to visit the Amalfi coast is around May or early fall. You'll be able to miss the summer crowds while still enjoying the warm Mediterranean weather. Now, just off the coast, there's an incredible island.
Uau! Eu já estou chocada com a beleza da Itália.
A gente apenas começou a assistir esse vídeo e eu simplesmente me sinto sem fôlego.
Sim.
Os lugares são muito bonitos.
Sim, é encantador. E é um local que parece que realmente tem uma coisa, assim, uma atmosfera muito de praia, né? Uma coisa assim, verão. Isso é muito legal, porque é um lugar assim na Europa. Porque aqui a gente ouve falar que a Europa é um lugar muito frio. Tem neve, mas olha isso. É um lugar incrível. Isso poderia ser facilmente um lugar no Caribe.
Called Capri. Now, to get to Capri, you can take a 45-minute ferry from Naples for around 20 euros. Now, one of my favorite features of the island is the Faraglione.
Wow.
It's an impressive sea stack that juts out of the island. There's this little archway. If you're sandy, you can drive a boat through. When you do go to Capri, I definitely recommend renting a boat. That'll be the best way you can see the entire island and find all its hidden grottos and just jaw-dropping coastline. Now, after Capri and the Amalfi coast, we're going to head up to northern Italy to visit the Dolomites. I spent several weeks exploring the Dolomites, and I consider it to be some of the greatest days of my life. One of my favorite places in the Dolomites is Sicily. The green grass slopes contrasted with the jagged mountain ridge makes for one of the most unbelievable landscape combos in the world. Now, to get to Sicily, I took 2 gondolas up the mountain and made it to the top. When I got there, the clouds covered half the mountain, making it for one of the best views I've ever gotten. And places like this just really spark your imagination and make you feel like a kid again. I hope everyone can witness the power of Sicily at least once in a life. Now, another magical place nearby is Alpe Susi. It's home to the largest high alpine meadow in Europe. The backdrop of the Sassolungo mountain with the farm huts creates a scene straight out of a dream. Another must-visit place in the Dolomites is Trecimi di Lavaredo. Now, I love this place so much. I spent 4 days exploring the area. I mean, there's just so much to see here. The Dolomites will have a special place in my heart, and I hope you all can visit them one day. Now, after hiking the Dolomites, we're going to head over to Lake Como. Now, located at
Uau!
São lugares surpreendentes de tirar o fôlego.
Eu confesso que eu tô impressionado, porque eu não esperava tantos lugares bonitos com tantas paisagens maravilhosas.
Sim, nem eu.
E o grande detalhe é que tudo, até o momento que a gente presenciou da Itália, é natural.
Sim.
É da natureza.
É um lugar que a natureza é riquíssima. Eu nunca vi uma coisa assim. São muitos lugares bonitos, reunidos assim, num país só. É incrível, é encantador.
The base of the Alps, Lake Como is a sight to see. The lake is shaped like an upside-down letter Y, and it's known for its picturesque scenery and luxury villas. Lake Como has been named one of the world's most beautiful lakes, and I totally understand why. Now, when you're there, you can walk the streets of Bellagio or take a ferry to the other lakeside villages.
eu queria
Celebrities
muito
such as
passear
George
por aí.
Clooney have villas here. I mean, hey, if I had the money, I'd probably buy one too. After Lake Como, we're gonna head to the coast to visit Cinque Terre. Now, Cinque Terre is made
Uau.
of 5 seaside villages that date back to medieval
Gente,
times.
olha
The
isso,
small
como
fishing
as
villages
casas
have
são
lined
tão
the coast for
juntinhas.
thousands of years. During the Middle Ages, the villages started to be attacked from pirates, so fortifying walls were built to protect them from any future raids. Now, the small town of Vernazza is one of my favorites. It has the only natural port of Cinque Terre and remains one of the truest fishing villages on the Italian Riviera. And I just can't get over these colorful houses and beauty of these cities. It's just hard to beat the charm of these Italian villages. After Cinque Terre, we're going to head to the second largest island in the Mediterranean.
Eu fico me perguntando, um desses lugares foi dito que é um lugar luxuoso e tal, mas eu fico me perguntando se todos esses lugares estão sendo mostrados onde tem casas, são lugares caros, porque são lugares que estão perto de belezas surreais. Então eu imagino que isso deva ter um custo, né, para quem vive ali. Mas realmente é uma coisa incrível.
Eu acredito que o seu comentário é algo que faz muito sentido. Realmente deve ter algum custo ali, porque o lugar é incrível. Todos os lugares aqui são maravilhosos.
Sim.
Sardinia, with some of Europe's best coastline, pristine beaches, and the clearest water I've ever seen, Sardinia is the place you gotta go. Now, one of the most impressive spots on Sardinia is the Baune coast. It's 40 kilometers of coastline that's made up of massive limestone cliffs and secluded beaches. Now, special thanks to my friend, the Drone Book, for helping out with footage. He has one of the best videos on Sardinia, and I'll link it in the description below. There's so many great places in it. Now, the Baune coast isn't the easiest place to reach. Most places require a hike or a boat ride. So if you do go, I definitely recommend renting a boat so you can see all the coast. Now, one of my favorite places is Cala Gororice. It has this insane rock formation coupled with crystal clear water.
Wow.
I mean, I would just do anything, be cruising on a boat there right now. I mean, it's just a freaking paradise there. Now, after Sardinia, we're going to head back to the mainland to visit Italy's capital of Rome. Now, Rome may be one of the most famous and iconic capitals in the world. Its history spans over 28 centuries, with its founding taking place in 753 BC. Ancient Rome's architecture stands today and draws millions of tourists each year.
Essas coisas são muito antigas, eu acho. Então são coisas que imagina o quanto tempo eles estão preservando. É fascinante isso.
Até o momento, eu tô muito impactado com essas imagens, porque é muito bonito, é realmente muito bonito. Provavelmente aqui a gente vai se deparar com alguma construção, acredito que o Coliseu, né, antigas, que obviamente a gente conhece, porque são construções muito famosas.
Sim.
Mas, uau!
One of the most well-known structures of the capital is the Colosseum. It's this oval-shaped amphitheater that was completed in 80 AD. It was the largest amphitheater built and could hold anywhere from 50 to 80,000 spectators. You can just marvel its structure from the outside or take a guided tour to witness the interior. One of my favorite attractions is the Trevi Fountain. It's a Baroque-style fountain that was built in 1762. I mean, there's just so much to see in Rome. I hope you can all visit it one day. After Rome, we're going to head south to visit the region of Pulia. Now, located on the Boot Hill of Italy, Pulia is a region famous for its whitewashed towns and magnificent coastline. One of my favorite places in Pulia is Poliano Amare.
Interessante, as
It's a
casas
stunning
têm a
town
mesma
right on
cor.
the Adriatic
Isso é
coast.
muito
What I love about it
interessante.
is how the city is built right on the sea cliffs. I mean, they're just on there so perfectly that it looks like they're gonna fall off. There's some restaurants built into the caves on the sea cliffs. I mean,
Uau! Isso. Uau! Porque veja como é muito interessante. É um outro lugar que a gente tem casas construídas em cima praticamente de montanhas, à beira do mar, mas as características dessas casas são totalmente diferentes do que a gente estava vendo. Porque,
Sim.
como você bem observou, as casas aqui são brancas e anteriormente a gente estava vendo casas coloridas. Uau!
É uma diversidade, né?
Sim, mas a estrutura que essas casas são construídas também é diferente, porque as montanhas são diferentes.
Sim.
Uau!
it's just such a cool spot. One of the most famous places in the city
Nossa,
is
olha o tamanho dessa
Calaporto. It's probably the
prainha.
most recognized place in all of Puglia. It's a stunning beach that's surrounded by cliffs, coupled with crystal clear Mediterranean water. I mean, just pure paradise there. Afterwards, we're going to head to the island of Sicily. Now, Sicily is the largest island in the Mediterranean. It's just full of culture and fascinating history. One of the most impressive places on the island is the Valley of the Temples. Located in the town of Agrigento, it's one of the world's most stunning examples of Greek architecture.
Wow.
There were 7 temples built here by the Greeks in the 5th century BC. Unfortunately, they were burnt down by the Carthaginians, but rebuilt by the Romans 4 centuries later. One of the most well-preserved is the Temple of Concordia. It features the classic Greek pillars, and it just makes you wonder what this must have looked like when it was first built. While we're still in Sicily, we're going to head over to the city of Catania. What's crazy about Catania is that it lies at the base of the massive Mount Etna volcano, which is 3,326 meters tall. It's one of the world's most active volcanoes. I'm just wild to see the ash shooting out the top. I mean, what a crazy yet beautiful city. Afterwards, we're going to head up north to the
Tem
incredible
até
region of
vulcão
Tuscany.
lá.
Now located in central Italy, Tuscany is known for its landscapes, history, and artistic legacy. I mean, I've been obsessed with Tuscany ever since I've seen The Gladiator. It's a land full of rolling golden hills dotted with countless little hilltop towns. I mean, it'd just be so cool to
Wow,
retire
que
here and live on a
loucura.
Tuscan farm. One of my favorite cities in Tuscany is San Gimignano. Now, San Gimignano is a stunning medieval city perched upon a hill. One of the most iconic features of the city is the medieval watchtowers. Currently, there are 14 watchtowers still standing, but during its prime, there were over 72 towers, with the highest being 230
pessoas aí
feet tall.
dentro?
The towers were built as a result of competing families who
Eu não
wanted to
sei.
build the tallest and most grand tower. I can't
Wow,
imagine how it
isso é
must have
muito
looked like back
louco.
then. I guess you could say it was the Manhattan of the Middle Ages. San Gimignano's medieval vibe has been untouched throughout time and has become one of the most popular medieval locations in all of Italy. After San Gimignano, we're going to head to the capital of Tuscany to visit the iconic city of Florence. I have to say that Florence is my favorite city in all Italy. It's considered to be the birthplace of the Renaissance. One of the most impressive buildings is the Florence Cathedral. When you look at it, you just can't believe how big it is. It was completed in 1436, and it just
Lugar
amazes me that
incrível.
they were able to engineer such a big dome back then. The
Incrível, incrível. Uau! São muitos lugares bonitos. As construções são realmente muito bonitas. Como você mencionou, existe uma diversidade muito grande nessas construções. Uau! Eu tô conhecendo a Itália agora e eu tô muito, muito impressionado.
Eu também.
Ponte Vecchio Bridge is another historic site as it crosses the Arno River. I mean, I just can't say enough good things about Florence. It's such an incredible city. Well, that is it for my Italy top 10. I mean, there's just so many places in Italy.
Nossa,
I could do a
olha
top
isso,
100 list.
incrível.
Hopefully, I can spend some time there this summer, so be expecting a part 2. Let me know where your favorite place in Italy is in the comments below. I also start a relaxation channel where I post hour-long films with calming music to bring some peace and nature in your life. I just posted a relaxation film on Italy, and it's one of my favorites. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at shirley.films. It's Ryan, and we will see
Uau,
you later.
realmente é um lugar maravilhoso. Eu não tenho palavras. É incrível a diversidade, não só natural, na natureza, mas na arquitetura, uma cidade é muito diferente da outra. Você poderia dizer que dentro da Itália tem vários países, porque é muito diverso.
Realmente, é uma riqueza natural, uma riqueza arquitetônica, uma riqueza cultural. Uau, é muitos lugares bonitos. Tudo que a gente vê nesse vídeo são imagens realmente maravilhosas.
Sim.
É um lugar assim que eu fiquei impactado. Uau, muito bonito. Realmente é muito bonito. Incrível.
Sim, mas essa foi a nossa reação. Então, se você gostou, deixa bastante like também e faça mais sugestões aqui embaixo nos comentários.
Considere se inscrever em nosso canal. Muito obrigado por ter assistido a esse vídeo e a gente se vê na próxima reação. Tchau!